Welcome back once again, everybody, to episode 125 of Dragon. I'm about to say Dragon Metal Saga. Sorry.
I am wearing my D&D shirt, so
yeah, you are wearing it. That's what confused me. That must be it. Bandwidth and Banter. I'm your host, Stormy D, and that lady right there is Druid IRL, and we appreciate you so much for coming today. Last week we had Icy Scorpion. And she was incredible. What a treat, right, Druid? It was pretty cool. You guys had a bird play date, and they were having so much fun. And I was amazed at how much her bird matches the motif of her stream color-wise. It was like, wow. It was like she planned it. But and her name is ironic because she's such a warm and passionate person, but I still think Icy Scorpio suits her. She's amazing. Speaking of suits and pretty amazing, very amazing actually, we got someone on today who is another Mighty Mango mate, and it's always a treat and always a pleasure to have these folks on because they have an amazing circle of people that are worth highlighting because of how radiant and incredible they are. And that definitely applies to this person, both on stream and IRL. He's got a lot of really cool things going for him. And he's the kind of people that make the world a better place. And I'm looking forward to chatting with him today, just like I know you guys are. Of course, we're talking about Dr. Ducky3. Let's have him on right now. Hi, Dr. Ducky.
Hi, how's it going?
Great.
Good. Oh, wait, everyone, we got to do this real quick.
Oh, we got to.
With your mom. Yep. Look, he's got an Epps mug.
So good.
Salute.
Oh, can you do that again and pause? There's a screenshot, Stormy. There you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
just for apps.
So guys, Dr. Ducky, please reintroduce yourself and share something about your stream that you would like to share with folks.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Ducky. Just go by Ducky, and I have been streaming for about 3 years now. Took a bit of a break. I have a lot going on right now, and so just wanted to enjoy my summer break a little bit, and then got some exciting things planned for July. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Exciting
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We understand that. Yeah, for sure. We understand needing to take a break.
Yeah.
No, we do.
I'm also on a break right now, so I get it.
Yeah, I feel you. It's tough sometimes.
Well, feel free to kick this off with a bang there, Druid.
Dr. Ducky, please share a boring fact about yourself.
A boring fact is... I feel like a boring fact would be like I know a lot about movies. I don't know if that's boring, but like I don't know. Like I know too much about movies, like a little like here and there things. Like, did you know Cars came out in 2006? Like, why do I just have that information? There you go. Like
I remembered the exact date that the Titanic sank.
There you go.
So,
there you go. Like just this tiny bit of information about movies. Like we usually play this little game of like my girlfriend will be like, oh, that actor, and then she'll like list a movie, and I'll be like, oh yeah, he's in this, and this, and like whatever. And so I'm just a huge movie geek, and so like I know a little bit about like everything about movies, and so.
Ooh, I can't wait to after the interview. We're in the open forum phase to hit you with a few interesting questions. And I grew up as a big fan of movies, but I don't necessarily have an extensive knowledge of them. So, but yeah, that's awesome.
Gotcha.
My mom's like that, where she's like a huge movie buff, knows all the things, you know. So it's very fun. It's very interesting to watch, and I'm like, it's crazy.
I'll say like, little like did you knows throughout the movie, and they're like, shut up, we're watching the movie, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I just want to let you know.
Wait until after.
Be informed.
Yeah.
No.
That's funny.
It has to be in the moment.
Right. So, Dr. Ducky, how did you pick your Twitch name? What was the inspiration?
Um, so I can tell you two stories. One that I'm gonna start going with, and like the actual one. Um, so way back when I was picking like I played Xbox Live and everything, and it like randomized a name. Um, and it just came up like this is the boring thing. It was just a random name. It came out like something Ducky, and I really liked Ducky. And so I just changed it to Doctor, and then 3 is just like my favorite number. Um, but the story I'm gonna start telling now is I've been watching a lot of Doctor Who, and so I'm gonna like try to incorporate that a little bit, but I can't really do that. But I love Doctor Who. I'm on season 6 or 7 now. I've just been flying through it. I love it. Absolutely
Beautiful.
love it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Did you start with the original old school ones?
I did not, unfortunately, but I do want to go back and watch all those because they do mention them throughout some of the episodes. They'll bring them like obviously they won't bring them on the show because they are unfortunately have passed away, but
Mhm.
not all of them, but they'll show pictures and little clips and stuff. So
Right.
yeah.
I remember when I first watched Doctor Who was probably in the late 70s. It was when Tom Baker was the Doctor at that time, and I don't think I really ever watched any other Doctor Who's after that. I was just a kid, so
they're really good. I recommend it. Highly recommend them.
Dr. Ducky, what D&D class would you consider yourself to be in real life?
What are the D&D class? No, so I feel like I'm just a bard, if I could be a jester, can I be a jester? Like,
oh heck yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I feel like I just bring joy and like I don't take things seriously. And so I could be in a serious moment and just, crack a joke or whatever and just have a good time. Like be in the middle of battle and be like, nah, I'm good. I don't know, just cracking little jokes here and there of things like that.
Yes.
So yeah,
For
I'm not
sure.
the almighty wizard or the almighty, standing on the front line. I'm just in the back, just cracking jokes.
Gotta have the comedic relief for sure.
That's right. That's awesome. So, Dr. Ducky, getting a little bit more into specifics of you and your stream, what's the coolest Lego creation you have put together on your stream?
So the coolest one that I have had or that I've built, I'm literally like staring at him right now. I'm looking at the glass. I'm trying to find. I would say the Infinity Gauntlet. That one was really cool to build. I think I just watched Endgame for like the umpteenth time. And so building it was really cool. I have several ones to build. I have Captain America's shield that I have to build, and Thor's hammer that I need to build. And
Beautiful.
so I'm a huge
That's
Marvel
awesome.
fan too, if you can't tell. And so yeah, I've got those to build. They're just chilling over there, and so
Love it.
yeah.
For me, the putting the Legos together, my right hand is too messed up for me to do too much of that like fine stuff.
No, that's fair. I got fat hands, not gonna lie, so it's kind of hard sometimes. It is what it is, but yeah, some of those pieces, I'm like, babe, get over here, help me with this. And like, I can't. I just can't. Yeah.
Dr. Ducky, please name one or two of your favorite books.
My favorite books. There's too many. There's so many. There is one that I will always have. Like, I read this in 5th grade. It's called Loser by Jerry Spingelli. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. But it's like a coming of age story. This kid was he's out of place in a new school. He doesn't have any friends or anything, and that's kind of like I read this book when I moved to this town and everything. 10 years, 15 years ago.
Mhm.
And so like it really just like related with me of like coming to a new school, having to like make new friends, getting engaged with activities and sports and whatnot. But um, so yeah, Loser by Jerry. I think it's Spinelli.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he wrote Stargirl, if that rings a bell.
Hmm.
But and then my second favorite book. Can I just say like the Harry Potter series? Does that can
Yes.
that
Sure,
classify?
that fits.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I am a huge Harry Potter nerd. I love the books, the movies, everything. I love it. I'm a Gryffindor
Um,
myself, so
Trying to remember, I did it. I was forced to take a test. I think I was either Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. I don't quite remember. It was not. It wasn't one of the big two. They
yeah.
were like, "You need to take this test," and I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'm big chillin'."
Yeah, yeah.
I've never
Ravenclaw,
taken the test, so I wouldn't know.
yeah. Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, they're kind of just, just chilling, and
Yeah.
Slytherin and Gryffindor at each other's throats all the time.
Oh yeah, that rivalry.
Before we move on to the next question, real quick, thank you for the raid, Bubba Lone Wolf. I appreciate you, buddy. So, Ducky, Doctor, do you prefer Doctor or Ducky or together?
Just Ducky is fine. It's
Ducky's
just
fine. Okay,
Ducky.
cool.
If yeah, that's cool with
Ducky,
me.
what genre of book do you dream about writing one day?
Man, that's good. Um, Probably more sci-fi, more fantasy, I guess. I've been getting into more fantasy books lately. That's a good question because I always imagine myself writing. Like I love the movie. I haven't read the book yet, but Ready Player One.
Mm-hmm,
Um,
mm-hmm. I read
it was
it and
something like
watched the movie.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. I have the book, I just haven't read it yet. But I imagine I would write something similar to that where all these like Easter eggs and all these characters coming together.
Mm-hmm.
Something similar to that. I can watch Ready Player One every day of my life. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I will share that they are quite a bit different. The book goes even more into the nostalgia of stuff from the 80s as opposed to
Yes.
the movie obviously wanted to pull in people from newer generations, so they added in a bunch of stuff that wasn't in the original book.
Right.
And
Right.
it took out just a couple of things, but it's one of those situations where I don't think one is better than the other. The book is great for different reasons, and the movie is great for its reason too. I'm a big fan of both. So yeah.
Yeah. And I know there's Ready Player Two, the book, not the movie. But I
Right.
haven't read either one, but hoping to soon.
Right on.
Pull some ideas from there to start writing, and so
Very
Love
cool.
it.
Very cool.
As a teacher, have there been any students that surprised you in either maturity, aptitude, or knowledge that made you think, I love being a teacher?
there are so many students that have surprised me this year. So this was my first year actually being a part of the school system. Last year, I was just a substitute teacher, so I did get to meet a lot of students. One of the teachers was out on maternity leave, and so I had her class for about 2 months, month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was cool to like come back this year, and like some of those same students I didn't have in class, but like they would still stop by my classroom and ask how I'm doing and stuff like that. But I did have one student in particular that him and I, we got off on the wrong foot. But by the end of it, he's amazing. We still communicate. He's now graduated, so like we are able to communicate. And so, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I got him to finally pass his classes, and so like it was just like we talked about the thing was actually we talked about gaming a lot. I was talking to another student about playing a certain game, and then I could see his head like perk up, and I was like, I got you now, buddy. Like this is the moment. This is the moment where something sparks.
Mhm.
But no,
Mm-hmm.
he is a great student. We've communicated over the past couple weeks now. He's moving on to bigger and better things, and so I'm very proud of him.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
I love that.
That's a
Yeah.
great story.
My Nana was a school teacher for elementary. And I would go down every year and volunteer in her classroom for summer when I was still going through high school. So it was
Right.
always really fun to see the the kids grow up and stuff and
Yes.
in grades and everything. It was always just like
Yeah.
so cute, so proud.
That's how I feel now because so last year when I had that class when I was substituting, they're gonna be seniors this year. And so now it's like I'm gonna be very sad when a lot of them leave because almost every day, like they would come and talk to me and be like, hey, Mr. Ducky, how's it going? Just like little things like that, just like really make my day just that much better.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
I love that.
Well, switching gears a little bit here, what's a hidden talent you have?
I can twerk in my chair. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No.
What is it?
No. No, I'll save that for no. I can juggle. I'm
Oh,
trying
wow,
to
really?
find something
Interesting.
that I can juggle. I
If you don't
anything,
have the
like,
stuff to juggle, we'll just take your word for it. But
yeah, I don't really have anything like on my desk or anything that I can juggle, but I
interesting.
can juggle. Yeah, well, I can do with that.
Tell us about how that came about. How much time did you have to practice and why?
So it was during COVID when there was absolutely nothing to do. I saw some TikTok and I was like, he was just like, hey, this is how you juggle, or like, you want to learn how to juggle? And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything else. So I balled up 3 socks that I had, and I would just like toss those because socks aren't gonna hurt anything. It's not like baseballs if I drop it or like chuck it somewhere on accident, like it's not gonna break anything. So I started juggling with socks, and that's how it came to be. And COVID was a weird time. I learned a lot about like games, anime, little hidden talents, just like everything. There was nothing to do, so you kind of had to entertain yourself. So
Right
yeah.
on, right on.
I tried to learn how to juggle and I am not built for it.
Yeah. It's a lot easier than you think. It is a lot easier than what you think.
I 100% overthink it. 100% overthink it. This is a shock to no one. Dr. Ducky, what drew you to Twitch?
Again, it was kind of during like that COVID of like there was nothing else to do. So like my friends and I, we were always playing Call of Duty or Fortnite or like some multiplayer game, and so I would always watch YouTube of bigger YouTubers that would play with others, H2O Delirious, like that whole group and people. Yeah, I love cartoons, Smitty.
Dead Squirrel.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, and so like I didn't really know what Twitch was. I knew like obviously it was a platform similar to YouTube, but I didn't know like much about it, I guess. And so I slowly started to like watch Twitch, find just different people, look up video games. That's probably like one of the biggest things is like if you want to see gameplay on this new game that came out, just look it up on Twitch. Somebody's playing it. So yeah.
So, what did family and friends think when you told them you planned on streaming?
So with friends, it was really easy because again, like a lot of my friends do already game and stuff. So they were like, oh, absolutely, like, we'll give you a follow, we'll come support. So that was really cool. Family thought it was a little weird at first, but once I like introduced them to like how things are, and I'm not just being like, this is my address, this is my social security number, like it's nothing of that sort. And so it's just they're better at it now of understanding, hey, like it's just something he does and something he really enjoys doing. So yeah, I love it.
Love it. Love it. What struggles did you deal with when you first started streaming?
Being entertaining. I started off like just on PlayStation, so I didn't have this camera, I didn't have this face to face. Nobody knew what I looked like. I couldn't twerk in my chair. I could, but nobody would see it. You know what I mean? Um, and so it was just like, it was really hard to gain like a following because like, you know, my friends worked and like they would come and support, but like not all the time or whatever else. So it was just slowly like hard to talk without having somebody to talk to.
Right.
Hmm.
So like instead of like explaining the game or just like saying whatever, it was that's what I found really, really stressful. Not stressful, but just really hard to do is just keep entertaining, keep the flow going of stuff like that. It was just really hard to do.
We get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was shocked that anybody would ever want to listen to me talk for 4+ hours at a time.
Same. I'm like all you suckers out there that are now following me. You're just listening to me yap away and talk about nothing. But no, I love them all. I love them all.
On that note, then, what tips can you share for future streamers?
The biggest one that I can say is just stay consistent. As someone that doesn't as consistent now, but I was like, just stay consistent. I was really good about sticking to a schedule, being like, hey, 3 hours was the max. And then like I would slowly go longer, but like at least 3 hours, shorter time period if need be, but just keep doing it. It took me probably 6 months, 7 months maybe to actually like start getting the ball rolling and starting to like grow a little bit, keep people in, just staying consistent and just keep at it. It'll get there.
What do you enjoy most about streaming?
This interaction, like, had I not been on Twitch, I wouldn't have got to meet you guys, everybody in chat, everybody that I've gotten to meet over the last 2.5, 3 years. This is, I guess, going back to your original question, like what drew me to Twitch was like being able to like finally interact with people. Not finally, but like just getting to interact with people. Having people that share the same interests as you. That's what really was like, hey, I'm talking to this person on their channel and they agree with a lot of this stuff and like I enjoy this game too, and like whatever the case may be, like that's I love it. That's what like just all this. And so
Yeah, the power of community.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's not what I thought it was at all at first, but it's been amazing.
It's very addictive.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I get that. It's a great platform. Dr. Ducky, how long have you been playing video games, and what was the first one you ever played?
I would say the first game like I remember playing was Pokemon. Pokemon Sapphire Ruby. That was like the first. Yeah, there it is. I love Pokemon. I still play Pokemon to this day. I just will always play Pokemon. I don't care what console I have to buy or whatever. But no, I love it. So I would say probably about 20 years of video games. And it wasn't until probably about high school that I actually started getting into like exploring other games besides just Call of Duty and Pokemon. So I was very busy in high school with sports and stuff and other activities, and so it was just hard to like really sit down and play games. But yeah, after high school, I would say I really like branched out and started playing games that I never thought I would ever play before.
It's good stuff. Once you kind of once gaming gets its hooks in you, it's hard to let go, and you don't really want to because there's no reason to. It's not just a hobby, but like it can become a way of life.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
It's a nice way to escape at the very least and enjoy yourself. I've been the very first game I ever got into was, well, I went to a computer camp back in the, when was this? I was 12 or 13, so it was like 80 or 81. And maybe actually before that, it was either the Trash 80, which is a TRS 80, a kind of computer that doesn't exist anymore, or it was the VAX.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it was the VAX. A VAX is at that time was a college computer. It was a computer that was in a large room in a college, and the game I played was this Tron Light Cycle game, and it was really just very, very simple blocks, lines stretching out across a grid.
Yeah.
And that was before they actually had the coin-op version that eventually existed of it. But anywho, got off on a tangent there. Oh yeah, now it's Druids.
Yeah. What's your favorite game and least favorite game that you've played on stream?
My probably my most favorite as far as stream goes was probably the whole like BioShock series. Playing through that was a whole other experience. Again, not what I thought the game was at first, but slowly like playing through it, I was like, yo, this is the best game ever. Even though it came out 10, 15 years ago, however long, but I was like, I enjoyed it. I think I streamed through all 3 of them in 2 weeks, if that. Like it was just like back to back to back. I loved it. I don't know if my people loved it, but I had so much fun with it. I learned so much about the game, the DLCs. I think Homie played it. She recommended it. Or maybe she had just got done playing it and then recommended it. And so it was amazing. My least favorite, probably Outlast. There's probably another one, but I can't think of Outlast. I had again, that was back when I was playing on PlayStation, and so it was hard to like talk to people, and so I was trying to like play the game and talk at the same time, and I guess I was just getting a little frustrated with it. I finished the game, but I was like, I'm probably not gonna play it again. There's a certain part where like, you have to keep up the batteries with like the flashlight or the video camera.
Right.
And I think I ran out of batteries. And so like I couldn't see half the time. I'm just opening doors. There's a monster and I'm slamming the doors. It was just a bunch of Scooby-Doo. Honestly, it was terrible. It was god awful. I just couldn't. Eventually got through it, but I was not having fun with it.
I understand. I do.
Yeah. For me, it's platformers. Fuck platformer games. I'm sorry. Ori and the Will of the Wisps is beautiful, but I will never touch it ever again. No matter how much Ares begs. Does not matter.
Stormy, what about you? Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I said, what about you? What's the least favorite game?
Oh, least favorite game that I've played on stream? Man, that's man, that is a hard question. We give these folks hard questions. I didn't realize how hard it is. Like my least favorite game that I've played on stream would be
Magic the Gathering Arena.
I mean, that's an addiction. That's different. But she's not wrong either. Like I've quit that game in real life and on Arena so many times that I have come to hate it. But yeah, I wouldn't say that one though. There was a game. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but there was a game that someone recommended, and I tried it, and it was just terrible. That doesn't tell you anything.
It does not tell us
If I were on my
anything.
computer upstairs, I'd be able to tell you. I could log into Steam, but yeah. I don't know. I finished Outlast as well. The first time I played it, I couldn't finish it because I was playing it sort of by myself in the dark, and it was immersing myself too much. When I played it on stream, it was much easier because I felt like being able to interact with stream helped it be less intense. and
Okay.
and so I didn't hate it as much. But I guess I don't know. I'll have to think about that and answer you in the future. So Ducky, you've done so many different things on stream, art, cooking, etc. Is there something you still haven't tried but would like to?
Uh, I think I floated this idea around a little bit. I kind of want to do like a game show, like interaction with like other people. Like so, like if I was the host, I would be like, "Hey, let's try to build something." Like obviously, like I would or answer questions, just a little like a game show type.
Mm.
Something like that. I would love to do.
What's that one game? Like we literally talked about doing the same thing where it was like um I'll take video game history for $200 or whatever. What is that game called? What is that game show called?
Jeopardy.
Huh?
Jeopardy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeopardy. I was like, we
Yeah.
could make Jeopardy. But
Hmm.
Yeah. I just think
I'd be
like that's
down. I'd suck.
no, that's totally fine. That's the whole point is just to embarrass yourself and have fun. But no, that's something that I think I would want to do next. Just down the road is have a bunch of friends together and just have a little game show. I don't have any idea what it would be called, but I mean that was just yeah, just something to think about, I guess, in the future.
That'd be
Cool.
so fun. Uh, we're winding down to our last few questions. These are a little bit more lighthearted and fun. While we are getting through these, chat, you are absolutely expected to post any more questions in chat. um, Dougie, if you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why?
Any historical figure. I guess going more towards like my sports side of things, Babe Ruth. Um,
Hmm.
Growing up, I always wore number three because that's partially why number three is like my favorite number. Um, just to sit down and talk with him, how the game has changed from 1920s to now 2020 over 100 years. Things that have changed and everything. But yeah, I've always been like any type of like history research paper that I had to do in school, it was kind of about Babe Ruth. So I was like, oh, this is easy and just type it up. Um, so yeah, I would say Babe Ruth.
Huh.
I think he would have
That's
a
an
lot of
interesting
knowledge.
and classic choice.
Yeah, yeah.
Why, why do you think you've been a fan of? I mean, obviously you're into sports. It's one thing, but why specifically Babe Ruth?
Just because so like kind of like going back to that whole movie thing is I
Mhm.
watched The Sandlot, and he's mentioned in it several times.
Mhm.
But just I just feel like he was obviously like one of the greatest players to have ever played,
Mhm.
setting so many different stats and records. It just kind of get his ideas of what he did, because obviously there wasn't social media in 1920. He couldn't just post and be like, oh yeah, I hit 10 home runs in a game and about to go eat
Mhm.
some steak or whatever. And so just get his idea of athletes today, versus athletes in 1920, just to get like that different perspective of
Mhm.
Mm.
how
Gotcha.
they would
Right
do
on.
Love
things
it.
and stuff like that. So
So, Ducky, how did you meet and sync up with the Mighty Mango Mates? Which streamer was your Kevin Bacon of the Triple M?
Kevin Bacon. That was um so it was through a mutual streamer, Aquatius. I believe he knew Cozy Con Chili. And then so I think that's how it was. Yeah. I think we were both streaming and he was like, hey, we should raid Cozy Con Chili. And so I was like, oh, absolutely. And so we did. And one of my mods was actually already in her stream. He knew her like completely another separate channel, like whatever. But it was really cool to like get that like that's how we met Cozy, and then Cozy Epps, Homie, No Foreign, the whole gang. It was just awesome. Oh, and then Homie, actually, yes. Now that you mentioned her name, Homie was a part of like Aquatius, and so like I kind of knew Homie already, but I think that was like the push of getting to know everybody was through Cozy a little bit.
Very cool. Very cool.
It was Forky. He dropped in randomly, and then Aquatius rated.
Yes, yes, yep. Good old Forky. I swear that kid.
Oh my goodness, you got forked. All right, so
Before we move on, though, I want to real quick so I don't forget this because I'm good at forgetting things, but we want to highlight. Hi, Bunny Slaughter. Everyone, tonight is Bunny Slaughter's birthday stream, so go check out his birthday stream tonight. Now,
happy birthday, buddy.
happy birthday, Bunny.
Happy birthday. Yes, what Drew was about to say.
While we are getting through sorry, laughing at myself. While we're getting through these last 3 questions, guys, go hit all of the buttons and go follow Dr. Ducky if you haven't already. If you don't, my bird will come haunt you in your nightmares. Just saying. She will. She will hunt you down. She will find you. So go follow Dr. Ducky.
Mm-hmm.
Dougie, what is the weirdest sleeping dream you've ever had?
I was not prepared for this question.
That you're willing to share with the people.
And not break toss.
Yeah, right. I know it's very like stereotypical, but I always have like these dreams. Like I'm always pantsless. Like I have boxers on, but like I'm always pantsless for some reason. And I don't get embarrassed very often. But like in the dreams, I'm always like embarrassed. Like I'm up on stage or like I'm walking down the street and I'm just like, why am I always pantsless? Like, why can we not dream about the Eiffel Tower or skydiving or something? Like just it's always that. And so that was, I don't know. I just hate those dreams. Then I wake up and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I got pants on, and then just go back to sleep. Like, okay, I got my pants on, guys. We're good. Nobody panic. Nobody push the red button. It's fine. We're fine.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. Dr. Ducky, if you could be any superhero, which one would you choose and why?
I kind of want to be basic and just Captain America because I am Marvel fan. I love Captain America. That's kind of what I named my dog after, Captain America. So I love Captain America. I feel like he's just got like that might to him, that positive attitude, the little bit of leadership. Well, he's got leadership. I've got a little bit. And so I guess relate to that at most. So yeah.
Let's go. This question is always an either or. Once you pick one, the other one disappears from the face of the planet.
Okay.
So catfish or bass?
Catfish.
Oh, why?
I love eating catfish. I like tilapia more, but catfish. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. We came up with that one because you know our last question is always some sort of either or. It's usually a food or drink of some kind,
right?
And we picked that one because we understand you're also a fisherman.
Slightly. I do like to fish a little bit. I am in Missouri where there's not a lot to do besides enjoying the outdoors and yeah. I do enjoy the occasional fishing. So.
Right on. All right. So this is that point where she's already shared all the links. You guys are sharing questions. That's great. Before we get into the questions, what was it? I had something I thought of and now I forgot it. It fell right out of my head. Oh well, if it comes back to me, that's cool. I think it was a question, but let's see. The next question we got from chat. Everyone, get your questions in, and Dr. Ducky, again, if you think of any for us, feel free. We have a few as well that we had left over. And here, I'm just going to get us started on that one. Since you're a coach, when are you going to play NBA on stream and create a custom team?
So that's, even though like I love sports, I'm not huge on sports games, which I don't know, sounds kind of weird, sounds whatever. I do like playing MLB, but other than that, I'm not huge on Madden or NBA 2K. Like I'm not huge on actual like sports games. So maybe eventually, but probably don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath at all. So
I get it. It's interesting. Like you may love sports in real life to watch or participate in, but playing them on a video game is a different experience. And like I'm not a big fan of sports IRL, but I have this weird enjoyment of sports movies. I really love sports movies for some reason. And I don't like sports, but there's something about when they craft a really good sports movie, it makes you feel good, you know?
Absolutely.
I like to play sports.
Yeah, she's the one who played sports of us.
I get too weirdly competitive on the sidelines that just give me and everybody around me anxiety. So I'm just not good. When my little sister was playing soccer, they would just be like, "Girl, can you just shut up?"
Sit her down.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Passionate.
No, I'm too competitive. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're like, oh, I can walk faster no, you can't. Don't try it. No, you can't. You can't walk faster than me. I walk faster than you. Like whatever it is, like I'm stupid competitive about just everything and anything. So
me too. It's crazy. Me too.
I remember now what it was I was gonna segue in. I'll let Druid do it, and that is basically I was gonna ask you to tell us about your fur baby and see if he wants to say hello or not. If you can bring him on screen or not.
Yeah. Come here, Cap. Come here. Everybody. Yeah, here he comes. So this is Captain.
Oh, the baby.
I think a couple of my emojis are based after him. I got Captain about 3 years ago. And so I've always wanted a dog, and so we've had like dogs in the past, but he's my dog. And so he's
As a husky, is he noisy like most huskies are?
Sounds just like that. But if it continues for about another hour, that's he just talks and talks and talks.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing.
I love imitating the husky.
Yep.
She's really terrible at it, but
honestly, that's pretty spot on. Like because he thinks he's howling, but then it's just like he's also trying to speak at the same time. So it's just like, like I don't know. It's
okay. That was pretty good. I got to admit. Now I'm wondering if you've used your druidic powers, Druid, to transform it right in front of us. And
the only bad thing is
I also speak bird, so
that's true. You do.
I also speak bird. I speak husky particularly, and bird. Okay, so Random Cosmic Horror asks, are you a part of the Barefoot gang or nah? Are you a shoes all the time type person?
Not all the
Barefoot
time.
gang?
I do enjoy like when we go swimming and stuff, I used to go to the river all the time, never wear shoes. Like even on the rocks and everything, didn't care. For the most part, it is shoes, but I do enjoy the occasional just walking outside and just barefoot. So I don't mind it. Yeah.
I love the barefoot.
Well, looks
Oh,
like I jumped the gun here, but that's all right. Homie asks, tell us your favorite story about Cap and why you named him that, and bring him on. You already brought him on, so.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, another like I kind of mentioned, but like Captain America, Captain.
Mhm.
That's the reasoning behind him. Um, the reason, like I've always wanted a dog, but a little bit of a backstory was I was watching How to Train Your Dragon, and I was originally going to name him Hiccup because
Mm.
he was always hiccuping. As soon as I got him, he was 9, 10 weeks, and he would always just hiccup in his sleep, in the morning, at night, whenever it was. Like he was always hiccuping, and I really wanted to name him Hiccup, and I should have, but I really like Captain more. So
Right on.
um,
It suits him. He looks regal.
yeah,
He looks
he acts like
noble.
he's the boss.
Yep.
He thinks he's the boss, but
I mean, aren't we really the pets of our pets?
oh yeah, in
They're
the
a slave.
morning. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say in the morning he walks me. I don't walk him. He walks me around the yard, and when he has to go to the bathroom, he's like, "Come on, owner. Come on, dad." Like, yeah.
Yep. My bird rules the entire house. It's crazy. Wheelie F asks if you don't mind disclosing a little of your team's playbook. What play is your favorite, and did it actually work in a game situation?
So this year I was asked to coach or help coach girls basketball. I don't know a lot about basketball. That's one of the only sports that I didn't know a lot about. Besides playing like here and there with some friends, I didn't know like all the technicalities and stuff. But luckily, the head coach, her and I went to high school together. Um, what the other assistant just didn't work out, and she's like, "Hey, I know you wanted to coach." This was the day before tryouts, mind you. It was literally a day before tryouts, and she was like, "Hey, like, I need an assistant." Um, but I learned a lot while coaching basketball and everything. I don't know if we had any specific plays, because she's also like new to head to coaching. She used to play for the high school that we graduated from, and so she would use some of the plays from when she was in school. I don't really remember all of them because again, like it's one of those like I'm still learning.
Mhm.
But we did very well this year. We went 15-12, um, which is a lot better than last year. I think they went 7-19. So we are improving. I don't know any specific play wheelie. I'm not gonna lie, but we've really rebounded from last year.
Yeah, for sure. That's almost
So
like 100% increase.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so, this next one, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna let you have that one from HMJ. I'm gonna jump ahead and ask. This is a question that we had put that we couldn't quite squeeze into the main interview, but we wanted to ask you. If you could open up your bookstore tomorrow, what would you name it?
I really don't have a name. Like I'm trying to think of something like catchy or something. I don't know. I just don't have an answer. I'm not gonna lie.
That's all right. That's putting you on the spot a little
Yeah.
bit.
I'm trying to think of just like something catchy, something that's like, hey, like I want to go into that bookstore, not Barnes and Noble or whatever. But I just, oh man, I don't know. Yeah,
Well,
I'm
you can get
sorry.
back to us and tell
That's
us in your stream.
Yeah, there you go.
Cozy Duckling. Taken from Tangle.
Boom, there you go. Get you a little coffee, a little book to read.
Mm-hmm.
You might have just inspired something there, homie.
Can I force your hand and say the smutty duckling?
Yeah. MC Stacy is my girlfriend. She's the avid book reader, so she'll
I can tell that her and I read a lot of the same books, probably.
Yes, ma'am. All I'm gonna say on that note is, gentlemen, you can learn a thing or two. That's. I'll put that there. That's it.
The HMJ asks Ducky, how do you keep this cool composure and exclude your confidence?
Exude.
I'm actually nervous
The
as
word
can
is
be right
exude,
now.
not exclude.
Exude. Sorry, exude.
Whoa.
Wait. Sorry, I can't read. I'm super I can't read out loud very well. I get very
It's
dyslexic.
okay. It's
I'm
all
gonna read
right.
it again. The HMJ. Ducky, how do you keep this cool composure and exude your confidence? Sorry.
Gotcha. Again, I think that's goes back to like playing sports and everything growing up, is because like you do have a bit of a crowd. Like it is just the parents, whatever. But
Uh-huh.
you know, once you get to high school, it's kind of like, okay, now you've got stadiums full of people. So that's why like I don't ever get embarrassed. I'm not really shy. I was a little nervous to do the interview, but that's just because it's new. I've never really done an interview before. So this is something completely new. But I don't know, you just gotta act like you own the place. That's my confidence. That's really what I do like for my classroom. I was like, these are high school students and they're gonna get under your skin. They're gonna pick at you a little bit, but if you walk in there like you own the place, doesn't matter where it's at, like you a little bit of confidence. So
Right on.
I
Good
try to,
advice for everything in life.
yeah.
Bunny Slaughter asks, how do you wear long sleeves without dying?
I will say, it is really hot right now where I'm at. It is crazy hot right now. But I work inside, so like conditioning. But also just got this shirt because I just love the color, and so I really like it.
It's a good color.
No, I was sweating a little bit when I put it on this morning, but no, I'm good now. So it is, yeah, long sleeve, but oh man, it is hot outside.
The HMJ asks, what's your favorite legendary Pokemon?
Oh, probably Groundon from Pokemon Ruby. I would say, or Kyogre from Sapphire. I'm probably butchering those names. I haven't said those in a while. I think that's how you pronounce them. Groudon, Groudon. I don't know. But yeah, the legendaries from Sapphire and Ruby. Those are my two favorites. Just played those when I was young, and so I love them. Love them.
I can't
Homie
even
asks,
think of any other.
Sorry. Go ahead. No.
go
Go ahead, Drew. It's good.
Oh, I was gonna say I had never played past the original 151, so I can't even tell you. Like, I can't even picture what they look like.
Right.
Ones that you said.
There's so many, so many different legendaries. Yeah, I couldn't name half of them. Just those two, really.
Homie asks, what is your favorite type of duck?
You know, with somebody that I have a duck in their name, Ducky, I don't know a lot about ducks. I honestly, I don't know. I don't have a whatever the confident kind of ducks are. I don't know.
Okay, there's this type of duck that a lot of people keep as a part of like for like homesteading. They're called like standing ducks, and they're just like they just walk around all proud and stuff, slugs out of your garden, and they are so cute.
What was it now? I'm gonna have to look it up.
I need an army of them. I need them in my life. I need them. They're the cutest. Walk around all proud and just eat slugs, and I just
That's awesome.
Fact about ducks, most people feed their ducks, like if they have like bowls of peas and stuff, they have to have it in like water, is because ducks need to eat like eat their food with water. Otherwise they will they have a hard time swallowing because they're waterfowl. And so people forget about that. And so they're very cute though.
I will say I think
I love ducks.
I think like ducks really, you're not really supposed to feed ducks like bread, I think is the thing, unless it's like you said, like soaked in water or like whatever. Just because it's harder for them to consume.
Interesting.
So I knew one fact about ducks.
I know a couple of other facts, but they are not appropriate to say about the reproduction.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Bunny Slaughter asks, which Pokemon looks like they would be the tastiest? Like, assuming no one would know and it's not illegal.
Um,
I have an answer.
I do too.
I almost like kind of want to say Squirtle, but that's kind of, I don't know. I feel like you could just, oh, I don't know. Magikarp. We'll go with Magikarp actually. We'll stick with the fishing. So yeah, I'll Magikarp. Yeah, I'm sorry, homie. Okay, I didn't mean to say Squirtle. I take it back.
What's your answer there, Druid?
Farfetch'd. It comes with an aromatic already.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
I have not thought about this before.
My answer would be none of them because they're digital, and the idea of eating something digital doesn't sound very appealing to me. It might be kind of electrical tasting, I'd imagine.
Just chewing on like a DS or a Game Boy or something. You're like, this isn't great.
It's shocks.
Or the cartilage. Yeah, this is disgusting, actually.
Homie asks, what is your favorite game show? That's an interesting question.
My favorite game show. I don't know any of the names, but I really like watching some of like the clips from Japanese game shows. Those game shows are wild and hilarious. I couldn't name a single one. No idea how to watch them. I just remember them popping up on like TikTok or Instagram or something of them just doing the most outlandish things. But some of that stuff is just so funny. I love watching that stuff.
Taskmaster is also really funny.
Yeah, I actually just learned about Taskmaster. Not that. That's
10 out of
good
10.
too.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Bunny Slaughter asks, do you use a rod or you do the thing where they eat your hand, re catfishing, aka noodling?
No,
Done catfishing?
I use an actual like rod fishing. I have not gone noodling. I have gone gigging. I went gigging for the first time where you just like you spear it. Yeah, we went right before my this tells you where I'm from. We went the night before his wedding. We went out on a boat and we were we were out there gigging. And I got a fish. It was the best time I have ever had. Our hands were absolutely frozen. It was middle of November. But it was so much fun. We're just out there like you're on the edge of the boat and you're just looking down and you spear it and you bring it up. And, yeah, it was so much fun.
That's
so
cool.
much fun.
That's cool. But he's still giggling about.
Oh, because that's the kind of shit that my family would did as well. Like anytime there was any reason, like my dad and like uncles would get together, it would literally just be like, okay, we're taking half the kids and we're gonna go fishing. Our job as children were to like untangle the fishing line and stuff. Like
Yes.
And like grab beer from the cooler for the adults.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds very accurate.
Cozy asks, are we going to see Megan on more streams? Love you, but Megan is bae.
Yes, Megan will continue to be on streams. We did this little funny thing where like if if Megan is here when I'm streaming, I will, like, if I need to go to the bathroom, we call her like the halftime show. She'll come on and she'll just talk about whatever. She's sitting right over there. So, but yeah, she's like the halftime show, we call it. It's so funny. She'll just be like, "Hi guys, it's Miss Megan," and just talk about whatever.
Cool.
I've
That's
got her to like
cool.
play a game before, and she's like, "I don't know what I'm doing," and I was like, "That's okay, just play, just do whatever. I don't care. It's nothing important. Just play." And so, yeah.
That's so cute. Random Cosmic Horror asks favorite reel type
Uh,
for fishing.
there's one that starts with a P. I don't remember. Um, yeah, I don't. I think it's pronounced like Fluger. It's
That
spelled with a
sounds
P though.
correct.
I think
It
it's like
sounds right.
P
I
F
recognize
L.
that.
Yeah, Fluger. I think that's how you pronounce it. But that was pretty much
Cool.
the go-to. So
I like that. Let's save that one from Tis Sammy for last. I like that one as the last question. It's really cool.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What sports did you play in high school?
in high school I did wrestling, soccer, um oh god, baseball, and then like right I didn't do it in high school, but like junior high I did football. Um and then I tried out for track, but I was a
Mhm.
shot put, discus, javelin. I didn't like track. I was not a huge fan of it, so I didn't stick with that one very long.
Good question.
I played like soccer, softball in school, and then when I got into high school, I did wrestling.
Nice.
I was one of
Nice.
3 females on the wrestling team.
It is really cool to see like that now, like females are now getting to like starting to wrestle, because that's not something that in high school they were usually like our managers. Or now we actually had a student, um she was a state champion 3 times in a row, or I think 3 times total, not in a row, but over her
Nice.
high school career she was a 3 time state champion. And so she's another one of my students that like I just got to know over this year, and she's awesome, and she's now wrestling for college, and I hope for the best for her. So that's really cool. It's really cool to see.
Yeah.
Right on. So, please name your top 3 movies.
That's even harder.
Well, this is happening. I
Um,
can't. I have to pee.
Okay. You
top-
don't have to name them in order. Just name 3 of your top movies. How's that?
So I will say number one overall, the Breakfast Club.
Oh, that's a
that
good one.
That one does take the cake. Then I would have to go Ready Player One, not as number 2, but just Ready Player One, and there's so many movies that I could just watch over and over and over and over.
Mhm.
I would also say Treasure Planet. I'll throw
Oh,
in.
yeah, great.
I'll
Movie.
throw in a yeah. I love Treasure Planet. I actually just watched it again for the umpteenth time a little bit ago, and so very
Gotcha.
nostalgic, and I love Treasure Planet.
Have you ever seen the movie Excalibur from the late 70s, early 80s?
I have. It's been a while, but I have. Yeah.
That one's my number 2 favorite movie of all time. So I like to ask when people are. It was 81. It's interesting. It's the same year that I started playing Dungeons and Dragons. But
So it was a nice little flow of like, hey, Dungeons and Dragons.
mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Really cool.
and maybe it inspired me. Who knows?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what? Name your favorite director or a favorite director, not the favorite.
Um, I'm trying to think of who directed. I really do enjoy Steven Spielberg. I feel like that's like a go-to. James Gunn, I feel like is really a really good one too. He did some Marvel and some DC. Oh, Dan Snyder or David? No, who's whoever did the Justice League? I can't. Snyder, Zack
Yeah,
Snyder, I
Snyder.
think. Yeah.
Zack Snyder. Yeah.
Zack
So,
Snyder.
on the topic of James Gunn, are you looking forward to the new Superman movie?
I am actually. I loved Henry Cavill. I really, really do. But I'm so kind of excited to see like what else Superman can be.
A fresh
I also
take.
don't feel like yeah, exactly. I just don't feel like we got enough of Henry Cavill, so I'm sad to see like them kind of shifting gears and moving past it. But
Yeah.
I do love Henry Cavill as Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Never didn't get enough of him, so
Yeah. Right on. Do you have any more questions for him, Druid? She, as a person who's not into movies, she never watches movies. She has watched some, though. Can you think of a movie question for him that might be fun to trip him up? Name a movie that you've seen and see if he's seen it.
The Princess Bride.
I have seen The Princess Bride. My girlfriend made me watch it actually a couple months ago. Yeah, that's a really good one. I quote it quite a bit of what does he say? I'm gonna phone a friend real quick. What does he say? He says my name prepared to die. My name is
Oh, my
My
name is
name is
Inigo
Inigo
Montoya.
Montoya.
You killed
Yes.
my father.
You killed my
Prepare to
father.
die.
Prepare to die.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I say that way too often in my head. When somebody kind of makes me mad a little bit, I'm like, prepare to die. Not actually, but yeah.
I'm
Nice.
looking for a man that
Nice.
has 6 fingers on his left hand.
Yes. And then he just like pulls the glove off and yeah.
I was quoting the anybody want a peanut? The other day. It was like my vocal stim at work. You be quiet now, I mean it. Anybody want a peanut?
I actually don't know. Is that off of Princess Bride or
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah, that's a Princess Bride quote.
I don't remember that one. That was funny. I'll
I'll have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
So
I remember it. I remember it now. Okay, I had to picture it. Okay. It was strange because it was coming from her voice.
I know Andre the Giant. Yeah, I actually quote The Princess Bride on a very regular basis because I would watch it every single summer for my entire life whenever I would go down to visit my Nana. So it's one of those videos like we would watch that and like the black and white Charlie Chan detective.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So share a bit of movie trivia that comes to mind that you find interesting.
I think the movie this isn't so like this goes back to like I'm a history fanatic. I love watching history. The movie 1917, I believe it just released maybe 5-6 years ago, probably not even that long. But that's one whole take. That is one whole shot. I think there's like a brief moment where they do pause, but like that's just one long shot movie. From beginning to end, it's just they just keep going. So it's an hour and however long is one continuous shot.
Wow.
So obviously like they would practice and everything before the final shoot and everything, but it's one continuous shot all the way through. And I think that's, I don't know if that's ever been done before, but that's the first I've ever really heard about something like that being done. Where usually, like, you know, they'll cut scenes to someone talking or whatever else. Yeah, that whole movie is one continuous shot. So
Interesting. That's amazing. Wow.
Crazy.
yeah.
All right, you want to hit him with the last question because it's a poignant one, and I like it.
Okay. Tis Sammy asks, question for Ducky. What is one of your fondest memories being on Twitch?
There are just so freaking many. My fondest moments. I feel like anytime I do a big stream, I always really, really enjoy this. I've done a couple like 24-hour streams. I'm trying to think of like what I.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't recommend that. That's not advice I want to give. I do not recommend it.
You'll never see me do that or a subathon. You will never, ever, ever see me
Yeah.
do that shit.
Yeah, she
Man, I'm
struggles
trying
with
to-
12 hours on her birthday streams.
Yeah. And I only do it once
mean,
a year
I-
on my birthday stream. I cannot do it.
Yeah, I've tried 12 hours too, and I've done 12 hours, and I'm like, wow, this is hard. 24 hours, that's impressive. Sorry, anyway, go ahead.
No, you're fine. I'm just trying to think of. I want to say probably my first 24. Well, my second 20. My first one, 24 hours was on PlayStation. I kind of kept having to like restart because I was playing different games. But my second 24-hour stream, I finally got the PC and everything. I really enjoyed that. I only slept. So after the stream ended, it was 24 hours. I slept for maybe like 2 hours, and I was so energized. I was like, I'm gonna keep streaming. I'm gonna go at it again. Luckily, I had friends to talk me out of going back on stream and stuff. But I think that was probably my favorite. I'm trying to like really pinpoint a more specific thing about it, but I think that was the first time I was like, man, this is amazing. I love this. Was really early on too. But I would say my 24-hour stream, it was a lot of fun. A lot of people came and talked to me. We enjoyed it. I did some silly stuff. Again, I am very known for twerking in my chair. And so I think that's where that started too, probably. I was probably just absolutely just ready to go to bed, and I was like, hey, I'm just stand in my chair and shake my butt a little bit. So yeah, I think that stream was really, really good. So
That's a good one. Well, before we wrap up, then the last thing I'll leave you and the audience with, I'd like you to, you already shared with us something that you wanted to highlight about your stream. Now tell the folks in the audience something about yourself that you would like them to know.
Continuing coaching, I have been asked to now coach or assist with boys swim coming up in August. Swimming, besides Michael Phelps, I don't know anything about swim. But I feel like coaching is just something that you adapt to, and I've just really, really enjoyed. So I don't care if it's coaching golf or whatever, water polo. Like I really enjoyed coaching. So I will continue to coach boys swim in August, which will lead into girls basketball next year. And then I will also be coaching girls soccer. Or I applied for it. I don't know the final word on it yet, but I'm hoping to coach girls soccer. So
Wow.
I'm be coaching year round. So my career is kind of finally taken off a little bit as far as like high school teaching and everything. And this is what I want to do and where I want to be. So I'm really enjoying it. And
Oh,
yeah,
I
it's
love
a lot
that.
of fun.
That's fantastic. You sharing your IRL success stories. That's inspirational, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it so much.
Everyone, as we knew, Dr. Ducky3 is amazing. He's a fantastic streamer and a beautiful human being. Go support him on his channel, give him all the subs and the biddies, and help keep him going on this river of Twitch that we love together. Thank you so much for coming on the show, brother. You honor us.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me. I really, really
course.
appreciate it. Thank
Of
you guys.
bet.
course.
All right. Whoops. Sorry. Why is it not clicking? Okay, that was awesome. Like, Dr. Ducky is really cool, and to have been able to get so many mighty mango mates on the show is just a treat and an honor. What an incredible group of people! We're so lucky that we found them. Yeah, what a treat. And I guess who do we have coming up next week, Druid?
We're off next week for the 4th of July.
Right, July 4th. We're going to be off next week for 4th of July, doing our own thing. But then who's up for the following week? I had it up, but I accidentally clicked it off.
We have on Lady Magdala will be back for her round 2.
Right.
I believe that's
Lady
at
Magdala
6
returns.
p.m.
That's going to be awesome. Can't wait. She's super cool. That's all I got for today. How about you, Druid?
I love you guys.
All right. You hear that, guys? We love you all. Thank you all for being here and sharing your love for Dr. Ducky with us. Go check him out. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Of course, I'll be on stream. We'll be on stream tomorrow for Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow at 3:30. And check out all the Mighty Mango Mates. Check out all the streamers of Stormkeep and enjoy yourself while you're in the River of Twitch. All right, let's do this. Thanks for coming to the show.
Please drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below.
And if you're listening to the podcast,
Please rate and review the episode.
we're Bandwidth.
And Banter.
Thank you.
And good night.
Night.